welcome to a new episode of the Football Show. As today we're going to talk about yesterday's Premier League games and also games from other European leagues, and also preview today's Premier League games. So let's get started. Let's start with yesterday's Premier League's Saturday's match week 25. First match, Manchester United against Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United win 2-0. Another game, another win for Michael Carrick's Manchester United. They're loving life right now, Man United fans, aren't they? But that was a very good win for Man United. It was a very important win, especially for their contention to try to finish in the top four. I mean, obviously, yeah, it kind of helped them. What happened at the start with Cristiano Romero being Cristiano Romero, yeah, getting himself sent off yet again. I don't know what was he thinking. That means he's going to miss next four games for Tottenham. Which one of them is obviously in North London derby against Arsenal. And yeah, and then after that, it was always going to be difficult for Tottenham to beat this Manchester United side, especially with down to 10 men. Especially when you play against these kind of teams who are good. They're good teams. And listen, Man United are not the best team in the country, but they are a very good team. They're playing good football right now under Michael Carrick, and they're in a good shape, and they have this kind of manager bounce thing behind them, and they're playing with confidence, with freedom, and then you have to help yourself, and Tottenham didn't help themselves in the first 30 minutes with Cristiano Romero being sent off, and then 9 minutes later, United get the lead from Brian Mbeumo, who in my opinion has been Man United's best players this season. You could say Bruno Fernandes, you could say Cunha maybe, you could say, by my opinion, Mbeumo has been Man United's best player in terms of consistency over the whole season so far, in terms of goals, how much he's contributed, and in terms of impact as well. Because let's not forget, when he was out with Manchester, when he was out in AFCON, and Manchester United were without him, United were not that great, going forward especially. So I think in terms of impact and in terms of how well he's done for United this season, I think he's been United's best player. You could say Bruno Fernandes as well, who's a player that has been fantastic this season as well in terms of assists, in terms of creating. But I think Mbeumo, in my opinion, he's been the best one, in my opinion. So, yeah, but absolutely fantastic performance from him. Kobe Mainoo, I mean, I watch him Ruben Amorim because, I mean, the amount of times we saw Ruben Amorim criticise Mainoo publicly and not give him any chances, and you think like, why? And yes, yeah, I said before that. I remember that I said before that Mainoo had chances, like against Grimsby Town, and he didn't deliver. But I don't think Amorim gave him enough chances, in my opinion. He gave him only like one chance or two chances. I don't think he gave him enough chances. And the more you see Kobe Mainoo playing under Michael Carrick, the more Ruben Amorim looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, because absolutely fantastic from Mainoo. I mean, he had a great performance with the assist. He was looking lively, passing, attacking. A fantastic performance with him. And if he keeps this going, by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets called to the England squad for the World Cup. Even though most of the season he didn't play. Since Michael Carrick came, he's been a fantastic player. That's for sure. One of the best players for Manchester United. That's for sure. Bruno Fernandes delivering yet again, scoring as well. Brilliant performance from him, and it shows why he's been one of the detrimental players for Manchester United in terms of goals, assists, leadership as well. Yes, people might not like him because of his moaning, but I don't see it as moaning. Yes, sometimes he might complain too much about refereeing decisions, but most of the times when I see he's shouting and talking a lot, I don't see it as whinging and moaning. I see it as leadership and trying to help the team and trying to do whatever it takes to make your team win. So, yeah, the great performance once again. United, it was a good performance, very good performance. 2-0 win. Yes, it kind of helped them with the red card, but still, they still had to do the job. And sometimes, even when you play against 10 men, it's more difficult because then the team with 10 men will have nothing to lose, and the pressure will be more on you. But I think United coped with it really, really well. So, well done to them. And now they keep winning, and they are now 5 points clear of Liverpool, who still have to play today against Manchester City. So, yeah, they're in a good form right now. I think if they keep and they're not far away from Aston Villa. I mean, Aston Villa they drop points as well. So they're not far away from Aston Villa as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they even get third with the way they're performing right now, Manchester United. And Aston Villa, they're starting to pick up some blips as well. So yeah, but for Tottenham, I mean, more pressure increases on Thomas Frank, and yeah, it's in my opinion, it's just a matter of time when he gets the tic tac. In my opinion, because if you're a team like Tottenham or a good team, you can't be like 14, 15, 13. And I know people say, oh, but Ash finished 17th last season, and this season Tottenham are 14, 15. That's an improvement. Well, if you look at the relegation zone right now, having seen West Ham won, especially, having seen West Ham winning, and now Tottenham are 29 points. Tottenham are only 6 points clear of the relegation zone. 6 points clear. So, and you look at the next game, it's not that easy as well. They've got Newcastle. Yes, they're not in the best form, but they're a good team still. Then they got the North London derby, the best team in the country right now. Then they've got Fulham away, which isn't an easy game. They've got Fulham away, not an easy game. Crystal Palace, yeah, they should win that maybe. Liverpool away, very difficult, of course. They've got really tricky fixtures from now until 15th of March. And if they don't win any of those games, there could be a serious consideration that Tottenham might even get relegated. We talk about Tottenham here, we're not talking about some, relegation level team. And this is the same team that won the Europa League last season. As much as crap they are, this is the same team that won the Europa League last season. So they can't be this bad. Surely they can't be this bad. So yeah, and for United, I mean, people say that Carrick should be given the permanent job. Listen, we've seen this movie happen in the past with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Even if United win every single game they play this season and they finish third, I still don't think Carrick should be given the permanent job, because they need United need an experienced manager, a good manager, and a huge personality manager, in my opinion. Yes, they had that with Mourinho. I understand that they had that with Mourinho, but again, it's different circumstances now compared to back then. So they need a good manager. They need a very good manager, and they need a good manager with good CV, a proper CV, not coming from the Portuguese league or whatever. Only winning titles. And people say, oh, but Mourinho also came from the Portuguese league, Chelsea. Yeah, but he won the Champions League with Porto. So yeah. Like United, they need a good manager, a very good manager with proper CV, a good CV, and a strong personality as well, manager. So that's my opinion. They had that with Mourinho, I understand, but that was different circumstances back then compared to now. Because if you look at back then, United, I think they signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Pogba, etc. And these were different owners. Let's not forget, Glazers were not like giving the managers the power they need, or the freedom to have control in the transfers they need. So it's different owners right now. So you can't compare it. But anyway, but United looking very, very good, and you have to say that Michael Carrick has done a very good job to win your first 4 games as the Manchester United manager, and especially 3 of them was against the Europa League winners, the leaders of the Premier League, and Pep Guardiola. You have to give yourself a lot of you have to give him a lot of credit, because he's done a very, very good job in this, especially this short of time. And if they keep this going, for sure they have a very good chance of finishing in the top 4, qualifying for the Champions League next season. Burnley against West Ham. West Ham win 2-0. Huge win for West Ham, considering for the battle for the relegation. They now, especially after Nottingham Forest lost to Leeds, they're now 3 points behind Nottingham Forest. Huge win for West Ham. They're now even 6 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. So very good win for the newsprint side. Very important win, and a clean sheet as well, which they haven't had in the last last 2 months. So yeah. Everton beat Fulham 2-1 thanks to a last-minute goal from Dewsbury Hall. Very, very important win for Everton, considering so not Dewsbury Hall, sorry. Not on last minute. Sorry, I thought it was Disbury Hall when I saw the story of Jack Grealish. But the winning goal, which was an own goal from Bert Leno, however, Disbury Hall scored in the 75th minute from Kieran Disbury Hall in the 75th minute, 1-1. So I'm confusing myself here. But yeah, very good win for Everton, who are now only 2 points behind Liverpool. Bournemouth drew 1-1 with Aston Villa. More points dropped for Aston Villa considering they were 1-0 up. And the gap between them and the others for the top 4, top 3 battle is getting closer, because not only they drop points and Man United win, Chelsea also win, and that means Aston Villa are only 3 points ahead of United and 4 points ahead of Chelsea. And you look at obviously Aston Villa's last 3-4 games, it's very, very tricky. They've got City, Tottenham, Liverpool. I mean, it looks like Aston Villa might be dragged to that fight as well. So yeah, and they've not had the best run of form. I mean, I remember 2 weeks ago people were saying, oh, they could win the title, but no, they don't have the squad to sustain it. They don't have the squad, and it's showing it right now. So nobody was expecting them to win the title, really. Even though some people thought about it. So yeah, but Chelsea beat Wolves 3-1. A hat-trick from Cole Palmer. Yeah, cold eyes in his veins, cold Palmer as people like to call him, scoring a hat-trick in the first half. 2 penalties though, but third goal managed to score from open play this time. And yeah, he was very good. He was at his best. Cole Palmer, that we all know, he hasn't shown this consistency that we all thought. We all know him as a player that he can show this season because of his injuries and not being at his best at times. But in this game he was fantastic. And yeah, you could say, yeah, Wolves, it's Wolves, you know, the bottom of the league. Yeah, but this same Wolves side gave a very difficult game to Arsenal 2 months ago. So yeah, on the eye, those are the games that Cole Palmer should do well, but there are no easy games in the Premier League. So yeah, but scoring a hat-trick, and I believe that's I don't think that's the only time he scored a hat-trick in the Premier League, because I believe he scored a hat-trick against Everton 2 seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he was at his best. Again, Chelsea will be disappointed a little bit to not get a clean sheet, but back to winning ways. They've won every game they played in the Premier League under Liam Senior. So yeah, well, you know, they've won every game they played under Liam Senior except the 2 Carabao Cup games against Arsenal. So yeah, they've looked quite good, but obviously when the bigger tests come, let's see how they're gonna cope with it. Arsenal, the Premier League leaders, beat Sunderland 3-0. Goals from Zubi, where are you? We've got some work to do now. Remember that? And 2 goals to Victor Gyökeres. Yeah, it was a well-professional, well-mannered performance from Arsenal. Well-professional, well-organised, well-controlled, well-focused, whatever you like to call it, because they got that lead in the 42nd minute from Zubimendi, 1-0 before half-time, and that was crucial for Arsenal to get that goal before half-time to make it 1-0. And then for I would say for the rest of the game, after they scored the first goal, they didn't create many chances, they didn't give much away, but defensively they were very, very strong. They had 2 defenders, Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, against Bromby, the striker, and the winner was Saliba and Gabriel against Bromby. So yeah, and this has been Arsenal's stories this season, where defensively very, very strong, and then they're effective going forward, efficient in general. They're so strong, well composed, well organised, well focused, well matured. They didn't panic, and yes, I'd say from the second half, the start of second until Victor Gyökeres' second goal, 66th minute goal, they didn't create many chances, and they let Sunderland have the ball and try to, you know, but they didn't create. I don't think Sunderland created many big chances. I don't think they did that, in my opinion. I think Arsenal in general were very focused, well organised, it was kind of an Arsenal performance, let's say. Defensively very strong and then playing effective football. I think this performance summed up how Arsenal will have done this season. Defensively very strong, and then going forward in terms of scoring goals, effective, and that's why they are top of the league. So, yeah.